go. Perfect. Dun, dun, dun. Wait, virtual. Okay. Okay, and we are back to the channel where we talk about everything U.S. markets, U.S. headlines, and we make it fun. This is an educational channel. We're going to be breaking things down later on. We're going to be talking about not only what's in the headlines, but also show you how to analyze it here on TradingView, the different indicators, the different chart patterns, different earnings, different revenues, incomes, etc., etc. And we're going to have fun the whole time, all right? So having said that, let's get right into it. James, I was from the U.S., growing up in the Midwest, and there wasn't a whole lot going on in the Midwest except for sports and farming, and I wasn't really into farming. I did have a love for numbers and a love for sports, and my love for numbers actually took me into engineering, and it was again my love for numbers and just curiosity how things worked that got me into the markets. You know, engineering is all graphs and charts and data and stuff like that. Well, look, so is the market. So again, back then there wasn't a whole lot. It was very difficult to get information back when I was in school, and so now if you're at the same point, welcome, and things are much easier now. You can get access to all kinds of information just at the click of a button. It makes it so much easier. So to all of you joining, welcome, good to have you. Again, everything U.S. markets, news, headlines, and if you have a question, feel free to drop it in the comments, or if there's something specific that you want to know, again, there's my contact right there. Just send me a WhatsApp, that's fine. And right here we go. Let's jump in. So for a couple of stories we have, we're going to be talking about Berkshire Hathaway. They just purchased 8 million Chevron in the fourth quarter of 2025. That's looking to be a smart move. Also, we're going to be talking about Solar Edge. They surged by over 13% on Friday. And also, we'll talk a little bit about Planet Labs. And also, because Planet Labs surged over 25% as well. Okay. And that was also, we'll talk a little bit about Alphabet's Wing. If you don't know about Wing, we're going to talk about it. Wing is the drone program for Alphabet, and they're starting in San Francisco. Again, this is not a script, this is my own notes. I spend copious amounts of time on this every single day to bring you the best headlines, okay, and the best news. Big Cookie, welcome. Jay Kaz, hello. Lucas, greetings and welcome. And again, we'll talk about Wing and how they're doing their drone deliveries and what's involved with that. Also, we'll talk about Total Energies. Why? Because the White House is going to pay Total Energies $1 billion to kill their East Coast wind farm projects, condemn them as being costly with, the French energy giants' investments is going to be diverted into LNG, liquid natural gas. Candy, greetings and hello. Welcome. Also, we got to talk about Musk. Musk is always in the news, and he's doing something new now. We're going to talk about TerraFab. What is TerraFab? It's a joint venture between Tesla, SpaceX, and XAI. It's designed to consolidate every stage of semiconductor production, okay, under one single roof, including chip design, fabrication, memory production, packaging, and it's going to be built. TerraFab will be built on the North Campus of the Giga Texas in a building that's going to dwarf the size of Giga Texas, okay? So that's coming up as well. Also, we'll talk about ASML, SK Hynix, which is the Korean company, plans to spend $7.9 billion on the chip making tools from ASML. So that's one coming up. Also, for example, we're also going to talk a little bit about gold, because even gold is on pace right now for a record-losing run as the war hurts the longtime haven, and Mr. T's postponement of the U.S. attacks offered a brief pause. Harry Sony, hello, brief pause from from gold's decline before Iran quickly ruled out talks, and it dropped another nearly 2% for its 9 straight daily decline. It's fallen nearly 17% from the start of the war to Monday's close. Taizan, hello, welcome, greetings, everyone. So that's a bit coming up in the stream. Again, if you have questions or comments, or if there's something you want to mention, feel free to put it either in the comments, or you can also send me a direct message if you want, right there. Boom. All right, let's talk about a couple of these. For one, let's see, we have Solar Edge. What is Solar Edge? Well, oh wait, let's talk about Berkshire Hathaway first. Let's do that. Dun, dun, dun. Berkshire Hathaway. Yeah. So Berkshire Hathaway purchased 8 million shares of Chevron, and in Q4 of 2025, and now that bet is looking very, very smart, because the total shares that Berkshire Hathaway has now is 130 million, making Chevron 7% or 7.2% of Berkshire's entire portfolio and its top 5 holdings, okay? Also holds a large stake in Occidental Petroleum, OXY. Now let's take a look here at Chevron. Let's do that. If we go right here to CVX, Chevron Corporation right here. Again, if you're watching from home, I'm looking on TradingView right now. My time is set on 1 day if you're curious about that. Okay, let's first off get started right here. This is the, the first indicator right here is the RSI, Relative Strength Index, bam, right there and right here. So this is the 70 line of the RSI, this is the 30 line, meaning overbought and oversold. When it goes past here, it's overbought and you're thinking about it market correcting and coming down. When it's here, you're thinking about it oversold, market correcting and coming up. Again, hey, chill guy, hello, welcome, greetings. And we're talking about Chevron right now. But again, this is just a guide because look, it can go way overbought for a long period of time before it ever market corrects and comes down. Just like right now, see today, right now the RSI has jumped up all the way here to 78, 79. So again, this is just a guide, not for face value. Chill guy, yes, greetings. Give me some good news, or if there's a ticker you want, feel free to let me know. Good to see you. Vinny, greetings and hello. Thank you for the likes. Yeah, so right now, as you see, a little bit here, if I raise this up, right now it's sitting here, Chevron is at, what is this, 205 right now, and as you can see, there is a lot, again, when there's more price action up here in the charts, you see more trade volume down here. Look at this trade volume. Let me reduce this chart so you can see the price charts more right here. Thank you for the follows, thank you for the likes, and welcome to the channel, everyone. Again, this is everything U.S. markets, U.S. headlines, and again, this is not your typical boring data channel. This is going to be a fun one, so enjoy it. Enjoy the show. Okay, so again, there's your RSI, Relative Strength Index, and for example, here's also your MACD, your Moving Average Convergence Divergence right here. What is that? Well, basically, to put it really simple terms, here's your blue MACD line. You see right here, as it crosses the signal line going up, you're gonna have right here the upward price movement. And now, right here also, when it crosses going down, like right there, it crosses the signal line going down, that's going to have a downward price movement right there. Okay, now again, it's a lot more complicated than that. Obviously, it would be a pleasure to me if you could teach me how to do trading. Okay, chill guy. Yeah, for example, I can give you a lot more information. I just go through some of the basics here, and if you want more, just send me a message. Can you see my number there? Let's see, let me put it actually, chill guy, there you go. If you let me know what you're looking for, is it more information about the indicators? Is it more information about the chart patterns, things like that? Or if there's certain specific things, just let me know in the message, okay? I'll be glad to send those out. Kay Williams, greetings, hello. Yes, welcome. We're talking everything U.S. markets and U.S. headlines, and we're looking at Chevron right now. Again, if you have a question or a ticker, feel free to let me know. Or you can also, if it's something you want to do in a private message, just send me a message. That's fine too, okay? There you go. Now, again, looking right here, that's the brief part of the MACD. Okay, chill guy, just the basics. No problem. Send me a message and I can get back to you. It's easy as that. And you can also keep watching to see as we go through the indicators, as we go through the chart patterns and earnings and stuff, how that goes. But yeah, looking forward to it. No problem. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Yes. Greetings. Welcome everyone. Okay, here we go. Bum, bum, bum. That's the MACD. That's the relative strength index. Again, there's a lot more to it than that, but keeping it brief for now. Again, for example, let's look at a couple chart patterns. Here's one that jumps out at me right here. For example, bum, bum, bum. Here's your reverse head. If you can see that right there, there's the reverse head. Then over here, this is the left shoulder. This is the right shoulder. And then right there, there's the neckline. And here it is, breaking out right there, okay? Chill guy, do I speak Spanish? How do I say? Un poquito, very little. Could say como está or something, but no, very little. But I'll do do my best with whatever you ask. Cody, greetings and welcome. Let's see. Yes. Got it. Okay, no problem. Good to have you here anyway. You're in the right place if you want to keep learning and growing, chill guy. Yes, I do speak Spanish. Yeah. Well, what can I say? Let's see. What is it? Con gusto. Is that nice to meet you? Let's see. Or that's with pleasure. I forget. I can't remember how to say nice to meet you. I forget. But anyway, it's good. Mucho gusto. Yeah. Con gusto is with pleasure, right? So mucho gusto is, yeah, that's right. See, I like this. You're making it fun. Trey, greetings and welcome back. Let's see. Mucho gusto. Yes. And then con gusto is with pleasure. Yeah, because con is with. Yeah. As you can see, how do you say? I've forgotten a lot. Yeah. Anyway, greetings everyone, and yeah. So chill guy, keep watching, keep learning, and be free to ask questions. Okay, here we go. That's your reverse head and shoulders, and you can see the chart pattern does go up a little bit from that pattern. And then over here you have here is your double top right here. There's your double top. And keep in mind, you see how those 2 points go up to the same point? That's your double top right there. And then when it comes down, the double top is supposed to come down. That's this part right here, right there. So bang, it comes down. Now, great. Let's see. I forget. Chill guy. I forget. How do you say? How do you say? I forget even how to say friend. Tell me that. Let's see. Let's see. Is this office? Isuyo, is this office hedge funds? Let's see. No, this is not a hedge fund thing. This is an educational channel, and we talk about everything U.S. markets, U.S. headlines, and we make it fun. For example, it's just an educational channel. Yeah. So, is there a question that you have? For example, is there a ticker? Is there anything about the indicators, etc.? Just let me know. Okay. So there's that. So there's a double top right there. Oftentimes, the double top gets reversed by the double bottom. Bum bum bum. Amigo, yes. Chill guy, amigo, yes. How do I forget that? Yeah. But it's been a while. But yeah. Dun. Now let's go over here to some more. For example, if you look, sometimes these chart patterns don't break out. Let me show you one, and sometimes there's a delay before they break out right here. K. Williams, is this at office hedge funds? No, I'm not sure what office hedge funds is, but anyway, here's your reverse head again, left shoulder, right shoulder. Here's your neckline. And then you can see it does go and branch out and go up right here. Bang. Okay. And then again, if you're looking for more patterns, here's another one right here. Here's your double top right there. Again, if you zoom in and zoom out, you'll be able to see the patterns differently, also with a different time. Trying, don't think like, okay, also cool, keep it, I'm trying, don't think like retail. I'm trying not to think like retail, I guess is what you mean. Yeah, well, anyway, glad you like it. If you're into the chart, let's see, cheers, I'm trying to think like retail. Okay, yeah, keep enjoying it as you are. Let's see. Okay, there we go. And let's see, right over here. Okay, that's the chart patterns for Chevron. Let's move on to a different ticker, and we can always come back if anyone asks for more information about this. Again, one thing I want to show you right now with what's going on in the Middle East, you see how there's the chart pattern continues to go up, and as it goes up, you see the RSI right here going up. RSI is right here actually at 78, 79, very, very overbought. Again, but you can mark it correct anytime. Let's see. Oh, right now I'm looking at Chevron. I'm just going through some of the chart patterns and some of the indicators. And right now the volume for Chevron is at 15.74, market cap's at 409 billion. And right here, the earnings is at, yeah, let's look at the earnings. This is the quarterly. Let's see, yeah. Yes. For example, let's see. Look at oil. Yeah, this is Chevron right now, right here. So quarterly is Q4, Q3, and Q2. Actually, right. For example, if you're looking at the chart trading view behind me, the blue part is what is actually recorded as earnings. The gray part is what was projected by Wall Street as expectations. And in this case, last 3 quarters they beat Wall Street's expectations. So in the eyes of Wall Street, it makes the company look strong, more vital, full of vitality. And annually, though, is usually more important because it's more long term. For example, look at oil, man. Yes. Right now, I'm looking at Chevron. Indeed. Okay, no one cares about Chevron. Okay, maybe you don't. That's fine. We'll get to oil later. Anyway, right here, looking at the annual earnings, 2025. 2024 and 2023. What you could say is the last 2 out of the last 3 years missed earnings expectations, but 2025 did beat the earnings expectations. Yes. Anyway, Pistol. Okay, Pistol. Tell me more about like why you want oil. Yeah. It's for yeah. Yes. This is for educational purposes. Indeed, this is not a sales channel. This is not a persuasive channel for sure. Yeah. Just educational. That's why if you have a question about the tickers or any of the indicators, you can ask. Earnings. Let's see. Now let's go here to statements annually. For example, right here, looking at the last 3 years for Chevron, 2023, 2024, and 2025. Right here, I want to know if it's confirmed short or just consolidation. Okay. Right here. So example, 2023, 2024, and 2025, all were in the red. Again, if you're looking at revenue, profit, and income, and earnings right there, last 3 years were not good for Chevron. Some people enjoy looking at the forecasts. I do not, but if you do, if that's something you're into, that's where it is. But again, I don't put much into that. Again, another one that we can look at, for example, that was oh, where's my notes here? For example, yeah. Now, another one that we're going to look at is Alphabet. Why Alphabet? Well, because, for example, Alphabet's wing is going to start drone delivery in San Francisco. Where's my, yeah, right here. Alphabet's wing is going to start drone delivery in San Francisco Bay Area, okay? And they're going to begin delivering packages to homes in California in the coming months, okay? and it's seeking to scale what it says is a solution to the hurdles facing last mile delivery of small household items, such as meals, by using lightweight and automated drones. Again, my notes, again, not a script, but for example, they're going to be designated to fly directly to the homes in dense residential areas. Alphabet's X is a moonshot factory, a research unit that takes on experimental projects such as self-driving, the Waymo, and then it spins them. It spins them into independent companies like Wing. And then Wing provides home delivery for Walmart groceries and household essentials in under 30 minutes. And in some states, with DoorDash, it offers rapid food delivery from restaurant chains like Wendy's and Panera. The company has completed more than 750,000 deliveries to date and serves more than 2 million customers across the US. Okay. The company also started a pilot program with Serve Robotics in October, and serves on the ground robots picked up the food from the restaurants and transferred them to Wing drones for aerial delivery. Again, that's just a little bit about the Wing program in Alphabet. Okay, let's go here. Okay, this month thanks for the comments. Let's see. Just listen. Indeed. Yes. Okay. Here we go. And let's see. All right. Here we go. Alphabet. So here we are breaking down Alphabet. Now notice right here, I'm going to bring this chart down a little bit right here. Now the RSI for this, for Alphabet right now, is sitting here at 30.40 right there, pretty neutral. Okay, now as you'll see right up here in the price chart, it's also pretty neutral right there. You can see basically it's not consolidating, but it's pretty close to it right there. You can see right there that I circled, that's the invisible ceiling, invisible floor, the consolidation, the resistance, the support, whatever you want to call it. And that's exactly what you see right here in the RSI, the relative strength index right there. Okay. Madalena, hello, greetings. And then right here, also in the consolidation area, you'll see the MACD being very, very neutral as well right there. Greetings, Chill Guy, thanks for the likes right there. And Okay, now looking over here at some chart patterns, looking at Google right here, you'll see this is like a sideways, here's your head, left shoulder, right shoulder. You can see it's kind of a diagonal neckline, and then bang, it goes down. It doesn't go down a lot, but it still goes down. Fish, welcome. And right over here, if we go here, let me change the timing on this. You'll see some of the chart patterns jump out a little bit easier right here. Also, so that was one head and shoulders. Here's the reverse. You can see the reverse head right here. That's the reverse head right there. And then also, again, here's your left shoulder and the right shoulder, and there's your neckline. Again, this one doesn't break out much, but there it is again. Accumulation, careful before distribution. Okay. Yes, indeed. Okay, and then right here, again, if you're looking for chart patterns, this one's got several. A lot of times there's either many double tops and double bottoms, or many head and shoulders and reverse head and shoulders. This one has many reverses and normal head and shoulders. Here's again, if I'll circle this for you, here's your head, and then your left shoulder, your right shoulder, and then this one does break out and go down, if you can see that right there. Nick 10, greetings, and hello. And here is your reverse head and your left shoulder, right shoulder, and then bang. This one does, as you can see, break out from the neckline right there, boom. And let's see, right here. Okay, right here, Okay, let's go back here to the beginning and let's take you through. Okay, for example, again, normally when there's more price action, you will see more trade volume, as you do right there. There's a trade volume and there's the price action. Right now, the trade, let's see, why the power could be Also, some news here from TradingView. Alphabet bought a power company to boost energy supply for its data centers, securing extra capacity to handle rising AI workloads and increased power demand. The volume right now is at 22 million. Market cap is at 3.64 trillion. And then right here, the earnings. The earnings right here. For example, there's quarterly and there's annually again. Let's see. But oftentimes annually is usually more important. Greetings, everyone. So quarterly right here, if you look at the chart, the purple is definitely higher than the gray. Again, so the Q4, Q3, and Q2, the earnings were higher than the Wall Street expectations. The same thing with annually for 2025 and 2024 and in 2023. So to summarize, the last 3 years, the earnings were higher than expected for Alphabet, which, for example, again, tells you that for the earnings side, the company is healthy, doing good, looking strong. Now, what does that tell you about the revenue, the earnings, and the income? Well, let's take a look at that. How does this correspond? It doesn't always correspond, but in this case, it does. That's why you need to look at all the different pieces of information. Because, for example, if you see here 2023, 2024, and 2025, all the revenue, the profit, the income, it's all green and looking good. It doesn't always happen that way. So don't just assume that if you have a good earnings report, you'll have a good revenue report. So there's that. Again, if you want the forecast, it's there, but I don't look into it too much. So, yeah, there's the forecast if you want it. Now let's go back here to, that's Alphabet and that was Wing. Now, for example, let's take a look at this one. Where was it? Yeah, this is an interesting headline. The White House to pay Total Energies $1 billion to kill off the East Coast wind farm projects. This is interesting overall because right now we're in the middle of an energy crisis, and the White House is going to pay them $1 billion to kill off the East Coast wind farm because it condemns it as costly and not that useful. So the French energy giant's investment is going to be diverted into U.S. liquid natural gas, LNG, production instead. So the department, let's see, greetings. Thank you very much, Chill Guy. Thanks for I appreciate the likes and the comments. Hello. And so anyway, so the wind farm is going to be diverted into U.S. liquid natural gas production instead. And the Department of the Interior made a landmark agreement with them. The U.S. will reimburse the company dollar for dollar up to the amount they paid in the lease purchases for the offshore wind. Now, it will stop the wind developments in New York and Carolina and invest instead in the development of 4 trains at Rio Grande LNG plant in Texas, as well as upstream conventional oil in the U.S. Gulf and shale gas production. Now, with the Iran conflict going on, it makes the U.S. the largest exporter of liquid natural gas in the world, and even more critical supplier for Asia and Europe. Isn't that interesting? So let's take a look here. Total Energies right here. Total Energies. Here we go. Yeah, Total Energies, bang. Right here. So here's Total Energies. Again, just a little bit about them. Total Energies is a global integrated energy company which engages in the production of oil and biofuels, natural gas, and green gases, renewables, and electricity. Yes. So, again, if you're watching from home, this is on TradingView. Change the time a little bit right here. And right here, for example. Yes. Now look at the chart on this. Ever since, where is it? Right about here. Yeah, ever since January 8th, it's been going up like a hockey stick. So there's that, look at that pattern right there. And right here, you can see it's been going up, and then it just recently market corrected right there on Friday, and then Monday again. So here we go. Right now, the RSI, as you can see right there, it went all the way up to 80, 83, 84, and then it market corrected, and right now it's sitting right there at 76. That's why, again, Sonic the Hedgehog Gas price up and at 30 cents. Yes. Thanks for joining, Sonic. Yeah. What are your what other thoughts do you have on gas, Sonic? Let me know. So and what's the price where you are right now? Okay. Thanks, chill guy. Let's see. Sorry, I have to go now. No problem. See you next time, chill guy. Thanks for the comments. And yeah, let me know, Sonic. Okay, right here. So you're looking at Karina. Hello, greetings and welcome. User 7235. Hello. Okay, so right here, your RSI is sitting right there at 77. And again, you're looking for a market correction as it's already happened. Now, right here, if we go right over here to some of the chart patterns, you'll see, for example, spread this out and you'll see a little bit, this is a very small one, but it's still here's the reverse head, left shoulder, and there's the right shoulder right here. This is your neckline. And then you do have the breakout right here, right there. So again, a small little breakout. It's hard to see unless you zoom in and zoom out, but it's still there. Boom. Chemical to put gas, make it go for summer. To put gas, yes. Chemical to put gas, make it go for summer. Yes. User 7235, thank you for the likes. Yeah. So what do you think will happen with gas prices coming up now with the spring and summer? What are your thoughts on that? It will go up more for the summer. I think that's what your message says, 95 a barrel by this week. Got it. And what do you think the price will be for this summer? And so there's your, okay, looking at the chart right there, there's your reverse head and shoulders, and there's your upward pattern right there. And here we go. Let me see if I can get you some more chart patterns. Again, some of these chart patterns, you have to have a kind of a creative mind to see these and zoom in and zoom out. Wait, hold on, that's not what I wanted. Here's the brush right here. Reverse head, left. Again, sometimes these shoulders are kind of hunched over and sideways, not square. That's fine. Here's a diagonal neckline. And as you can see, sometimes they don't break out. You see on this one, but it doesn't break out. There's your neckline, but no breakout. So be aware of that. And then right here, again, zoom in and you'll see this better. If you zoom out, you don't really see it. And then zoom in, and here's another one right here. Here's your reverse head, left shoulder, right shoulder, and then here's your neckline. And this one does, again, break out. But again, you don't see it unless you zoom out and zoom in right there. Yes. And again, if you guys have more questions about these chart patterns or about the RSI or the MACD, just feel free to send me a message. I know I'm going through these kind of fast. If Trump take attack Island, extra island, and gas goes up to got it, Sonic. Trump take attack. What's the name of that island? I know what you mean. I forgot the name. What's the name of that island right there where they have the extra gas? Do you remember what it's called? Something Island, Can Island or something, and then gas go up to $150 a barrel. And for example, I just saw the headline where they were supposed to have some kind of negotiations or talks. According to the headline, the local Iranian official says, no, we don't agree to that. So, like oil jumped right back up again, and gold went right back down again. Like there was a pause in the decreasing gold price. On the good news that there might be no more launches. But then again, there was that only lasted for a few moments, and then the update came out that they didn't agree, and so everything went back up and gold went back down. Any thoughts on that? Okay, so here we go, right over here. U.S. boxer has 200 million. Okay. And okay, so you say that. Tell me more. Keep going with that. And then what? Let's see. Greetings. Yes. Right over here. Okay, so again, zoom in, zoom out. Here is what you see right here. Basically, you have a triple top right there. Here's your triple top, and then bang, it goes down like it's supposed to. And let's see if I can get you a different pattern here. Zoom in, zoom out, and you'll be able to see these much better. Let's see here. And then if you change the time on these, you'll also be able to see them better right there. Yes. Okay. Oh, here's one. For example, here is your, right here, you see that there's your head right there. And here's your left shoulder right here, your right shoulder, and then here's your neckline, right? So there's your neckline. I was in the Navy for, oh, cool. Sonic, that's a story. You were in the Navy for 20 years. Be free to share anything you want to about that. And then, so the USS Buster has 2 Marines on it. Tell me more. Ooga Booga, what's your recommended stock? Again, because of the tight algorithm, I can't make recommendations on the live stream. But if you do want, you can. Let's see. At the end of the day, okay, if you want, you can send me a message and ask me more about that. I can't talk about recommendations on the live stream, but if you want, you can get more information on the different types that way, if you want. But on the live stream, I can't really answer questions like that. So I know that's not very helpful to you right now, but I'll get back with you for some more information. Yeah. Okay, here we go, right here. Boom, boom. Again, zoom in, zoom out, and you'll see more of these. For example, right here, here's your left shoulder, right shoulder, reverse head, and you can see this one does right here. It breaks out and it goes up right here. Yeah. And let's see. Did I miss any comments? Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right, and there's some chart patterns for you. That's on total energies. Again, we're talking about total energies because the White House just paid Total Energies $1 billion to kill off their wind project. If anybody has any, let's see, I had 50 friends on USS Gerald Ford, and they had 2 laundry fire on set to go. Okay, and they had 2 laundry fires on 2, so Greek place fixed. I can't. Sonic, I can't quite understand the message. You've got 50 friends on the green Gerald Ford, and they had 2 laundry fires, so they had to go to Greece to fix it. Is that right? Tell me more. That's interesting, actually. Okay, and so right here again, we're talking about them because they're gonna Total Energies, instead of doing their wind farm, they're gonna be putting that money instead into liquid natural gas. And right now, the U.S. becomes the largest exporter of LNG, liquid natural gas, in the world, which becomes even more for the critical supply in Asia and Europe. So there's that. And let's go back here and talk about some of the earnings. Right here. If we go down here, for example. Okay. As you see, when there's more price action here, there is also more trade volume right here. Okay, more trade volume right there. And right now, yeah, even right here on TradingView, it says Total Energies is to get repaid for prior lease fees and reinvestment the sum into the U.S. oil and gas production, including funding the Rio Grande LNG export terminal in Texas. Yes, that's just a little bit of an update right there on TradingView. You can also see that if you're at home. Rock and roll, RDH, greetings and welcome. Yeah, and then right here, volume is at 2.88 million. Market cap is at 190 billion right there. And if we go right here to, yes, the earnings report. So what happened in Texas? REC. What happened in Texas? REC. Sonic, I get your message, but I can't quite understand what happened in Texas. What happened in Texas recently? Tell me more what you mean by the question. I'm not sure I get it. Or am I misunderstanding? So right here, looking at the earnings, for example, for Total Energies, right here quarterly. Again, we look at quarterly and annually. Let's see. Okay. SOS, greetings and welcome. Let's see. I'm not quite sure I understand. Okay, so Q4 right here. Q4 and Q4 beat expectations. Q3 just missed it barely. Q2 also just missed it barely. But more importantly, what did it do for the year annually? 2025. You can 2025 for the year just missed expectations. 2024 also. Oh yes, 2024 beat expectations. 2023 missed it. So to summarize, for Total Energies, the one that's being bought by the White House for $1 billion to take over their projects, the last 3 years, only 2024 beat expectations. So there's that. Let's take a look here at their profits, earnings, and revenues. Right here, it doesn't look very good. Even on the, if you go here for the year that, let's see, annually, the 1 year 2024 that beat expectations. Also, that's why I say just because you have good earnings doesn't mean you have good revenue or profit. See here, even in 2024, let's see, put your money in Saudi oil company. Got it. Sonic, put your money in Saudi oil company if you want to get $1 million. Okay, got it. Good stuff. Now tell me, I'm happy you share your thoughts about that. Tell me why you say that. I'm not disagreeing with you, but just tell me why you say that. Can you expand on that, or can you unpack that a little bit? In the end, we can still win. That's why we always need to learn not to be motivated, but just listen to him. Analysis, cheers. I see you. I love the comment. Thank you. In the end, we can always still win. That's why we need to learn not to be the 95%. That's right. It's better to be the 5%. Yeah. When everyone's looking left, the 5% look right. Yes. Yeah. Glad you like the analysis. Cheers as well. Good stuff. And so, for example, even right here, 2024, they had the good earnings, but again, the revenue, profit, income was all negative. The same thing for 2023, it was all negative except for the net income. 2025 wasn't much better. Everything was negative except for the total revenue on that. So again, just because, this is a good example, just because you have good earnings, like right here on 2024, it beat the earnings expectations, it was positive, and it beat Wall Street's expectations. But again, if you look right here, 2024 was just terrible for revenue, profit, income. So be aware of that. And that was Total Energy. Again, it's interesting because the White House is going to buy dollar for dollar the amount that they paid in their purchases to get them to divert into liquid natural gas and conventional oil. So that's one. Okay, let's take a look here now at, oh, this is an interesting headline. If you're an Elon Musk fan, or if you're, a Tesla, etc., this might be interesting for you, okay? You grab a drink. Okay, so Elon Musk's TerraFab is here. Let's see. Now, why is this interesting? Well, for example, if you look here at the headline right here, this is on Yahoo. There's going to be a joint venture between Tesla, SpaceX, XAI. It's designated to consolidate. Let's see, 10 new messages. Hold on one second. Put your money into gas. Oh, sorry, I missed your message. Gas price go up from Trump. Yes, I know what you mean. I saw the headlines on that too. Oh, we're in negotiations. Things are going well. And then, yes, I totally get your, subtle humor. Maybe not so subtle, but yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. Let's see. Bro FR, welcome. Welcome to the channel. We're talking everything U.S. markets, U.S. headlines. Milkman, hello. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. I agree. Gas is probably going to go up, and yeah, I know what you mean about what was said yesterday. It did like even gold started to correct just for a very short moment, and then again it went down again, and exactly the oil prices went back up. Yeah, I totally get what you're saying. Thanks for sharing that. Thanks for sharing that. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. Tesla make car does not run on gas. Yes, Sonic. It doesn't run on gas. And right now, let's see. I was talking about yesterday in the stream. If you look at the company Solar Edge, I was just doing a little update on that yesterday. They surged over 13%, reaching a 52-week high. Because of some of the geopolitical tensions and also because of the big demand for energy in Europe as well. So you're absolutely right. And now this one, let's see. Yeah, let me give you the update about this one on Tesla. So they're going to consolidate every stage of semiconductor production under one roof, including chip design, fabrication, memory production, packaging, and Terafab will be built on the north campus of Giga, Texas, in a building plan to dwarf that of Giga, Texas already. It's one of the biggest buildings on Earth. And let's see, solar panel car. Solar panel car from Tesla, yeah. Greetings, Nur, Assad, Saab, Trad, welcome. Again, we're talking everything U.S. markets, U.S. headlines. If you have a ticker that you want to look at, just drop it in the comments. But right now I'm talking about Tesla's new Terafab project, one of the biggest buildings on Earth. The initial costs are in the 20 to 25 billion dollar range, and Musk notes that Tesla's capital expenditures for 2026 did not include Terafab's cost. So the timing on this is also interesting because since SpaceX may IPO this spring, and Musk called Terafab the most epic chip building exercise in history by far, and he's doing the project because TSMC, Dow Jones, is it? Got it. Thank you, Sonic. Interesting. Yes. So what's your take on the future of solar cars then? Since we're talking about this right now, and you seem to be in the know and very aware. I appreciate your thoughts. He's doing the project because TSMC, Taiwan Semiconductor, and Samsung aren't making chips fast enough for his AI and robotic needs. And Terafab targets two types of chips. There's one for self-driving systems, humanoid robots, robotaxis, and high-power variant hardened for space environments. So there's two different types of chips he's going after, basically. And the high-power variant hardened for space environments for satellites, data centers, and to be used by XAI. The capacity they want for 10 million robots per year, which would receive 20 million chips. That's approximately 6 times Tesla's current chip demand. Yes, Gary Cooper, welcome as well. And also beyond that, looking at this article, where's the part I was going to look at? The numbers here. Wow, where is it? Hold on one second. There was more numbers I was going to give you right here. Yeah, and if Tesla hits its stated long-term target of 100 million Optimus robots annually, it would require more than 200 million chips, or over 50 times its current demand across automotive and robotaxi combined. So again, Musk's stated goal is to produce more than 1 terawatt, 1 trillion watts of AI computing power per year, with most of that capacity ultimately destined for space. Again, this is an interesting vision, right? But yeah, that's a little bit behind what's going on with Musk and Tesla, SpaceX right now, this new Terafab project. So greetings everyone who's jumping on. This is an educational channel. If you're wondering what you just stepped into, we talk about everything U.S. markets and U.S. headlines. The Federal Revenue Chairman going to raise interest rates in April when they meet. Okay. Tell me. Okay, I'm not disagreeing with you. Tell me why you say that. Why will they raise the rates in April? Just let me know your thoughts on that. Yeah. Thank you, Sonic. Now let's take a look here at just to briefly go over Tesla right here, since we're talking about them. Dun, dun, dun. Right here. Okay, here we go. Again, if you're watching from home, this is on Trading View, and we're gonna break down Tesla right here because, as always, Elon Musk is in the headlines and in the news. We bring this down, change the time a little bit. Here we go, make this easier to see and read. Okay. Sonic, inflation is going to go up 1%. Oh, I don't disagree with that at all. Inflation. I know what you mean. I'm trying to be politically correct here, but yeah, I share some of your sentiment here. Okay, so yeah, again, watching from home, we're analyzing this on TradingView. Right now, taking a look at Tesla, RSI is sitting here at 40. Again, still pretty neutral. And if you look right here, again, why do I say to use these just as a guide? Because as you'll see right here, oh wait, that's not what I wanted to do here. You'll see that these things can go way overbought before they ever actually market correct. And see right here, bang, they go way overbought. This one stayed at 80 for a while before it ever market corrected and came down. So again, these indicators are just guides. And as always, if you want more information on that, just send me a message and ask. For example, chart patterns, here we go. Here's one that jumps out at me real quick. Here's your head right here. Here's your left shoulder. Here's your right shoulder. And here's your neckline. And then, oh, I missed some messages here. Andrea, welcome. And let's see. Yes. So there's your head and shoulders. And then right here, let's go back over here. Zoom in, zoom out, you'll be able to see these patterns a lot easier. For example, when you zoom in and zoom out, you'll see this double top, and then zoom it out. Hold on one second. If you zoom this out, right there, there's the double top, and then bang, it drops. And then if you zoom back in, you'll see how it looks different. Sometimes it's easier to see when you zoom in. All just depends on how you're looking at it, but there's that. And then right here, if you zoom in, zoom out, you'll see this chart pattern right here, right there. It comes down, it bottoms out right there. There's your basically 1, 2, 3 triple bottom, and bang, it jumps up. Again, just a couple chart patterns. If you're curious and want to see more of those or other ones, just let me know. Again, here's one that jumps out. Here's your head, left shoulder, here's your right shoulder, and here's your diagonal. See, this neckline is diagonal. Again, your shoulders don't need to be square. They can be diagonal, and then bang, right here, it drops down right there, like it's supposed to, okay? And let's take a look right here. Again, adjust this, you'll see more come out. A lot of times you'll have more double tops or double bottoms, or head and shoulders, or reverse head and shoulders. Here you have sometimes both. For example, here's what I mean right here. Here's your double top, there's your double top, and then bang, it comes down. And then right here, let's see, here's your left shoulder, here's your right shoulder, then here's your reverse head right there, reverse head, left, right. And then this one finally does eventually break out and go up. And then over here, it does, yeah, so there's that. All right, that's enough. Greetings, Cookie. Greetings, Mary Kay Cat. Love that name. That's cool. Let's see. Welcome. Right now, we're looking at, if you're wondering what you just jumped into, this is everything U.S. markets, U.S. headlines. Not a sales channel. Let's see. not a sales channel, but it's an educational channel. And if you have questions, just be free to ask or send me a message, whichever is easiest for you. Dun, dun, dun. All right, let's keep going here. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go back here to the first, to up to date right here. Again, if you notice Tesla, it's dropping right now. And as you can see in the RSI, right here, RSI is staying. Here's what I wanted to show you. Look at this RSI pattern. Look at the pattern of the RSI. It's staying right down here. It's actually not even moving much. So even though it's down here at 40, that's where it's been ever since about January. Okay, so for the whole January, February, March, it's been down here, and you can see that also. See how the RSI correlates right here with the price chart as well. If I drew a box right here in the price chart, you would see the same thing. See how this correlates with this right here. Yes, so there's that. Now let's go here. Barclays says Tesla could spend well over prior guidance with a bullish scenario above 50 billion. Planned capital expenditures to be phased as Tesla targets 1 terawatt of compute. Yes, that 1 terawatt of compute is what we were talking about with Terafab. So even right here on TradingView, they've got it updated as well. Okay, there's that. And so volume right now is at 74.6. Market cap is at 1.4 trillion. And if we go here to earnings, okay, quarterly, if you're looking at the quarters, the last 2 quarters definitely missed expectations, as you can see right here. Q2 equaled expectations, but more importantly, annually right here, 2025, 2024, 2023. So again, 2025 equaled expectations for that year. However, 2024 missed expectations, and 2023 actually surpassed it. Now, let's see how the earnings correlate with the revenues and profits. What do I mean by that? So, for example, if 2023 it beat the earnings expectations, and 2025 equaled it. Let's see how those revenues and earnings stood up with that. 2023, as you can see here, 2023 it doesn't really correlate very well, because 2023 it was all negative except for revenue and income. And as you can see that right here, again, 2023, that was the year that beat expectations, but still they had negative profit, negative income, except for revenue and net income were good. Now, if you're looking right here at 2024 and 2025, again, for revenue, profit, income, it was all bad, all negative, except for 2024 had good total revenue. Okay, so yes, Michael, welcome, greetings, welcome to the channel. No, again, some people enjoy the forecast. I personally do not, but you can look at it for entertainment if you want. You know, if you want some entertainment, there's that. But I don't put a whole lot of stock into this, but it is there. But I encourage you to take some salt with it. Greetings, and welcome. Oh my, yes, I love that name. Welcome, Amber. Greetings and welcome to the channel. Everything U.S. markets, U.S. headlines. Not a sales channel, but more of an educational channel. If we go over something and you would like more information on it, just feel free to contact me here and ask more questions about the indicators, the chart patterns, or the earnings, how to use it, stuff like that on your own goals. Also, another one we're going to talk about is ASML. Why ASML? Because, for example, SK Hynix, which is a Korean company, just made an agreement to spend 7.9 billion on chip making tools from ASML. Now, if you're wondering, let's see, I'll look that up for you. Who is ASML? Bang, right there. So ASML is the Dutch multinational corporation and the world's leading supplier of lithography machines to the semiconductor industry. As the only manufacturer of extreme ultraviolet, EUV, extreme ultraviolet lithography machines, ASML enables chip makers to produce the most advanced, powerful, energy efficient microchips in AI, smartphones, and computing. Okay, Again, that is ASML. It's the Dutch multinational corporation and the leading supplier, only supplier of EUV lithography machines. And they, boom, right here, where is it? Where's my, oh, here it is. Yeah, they just, for example, you can see it right behind me, the article. They just made an agreement to spend 7.9 billion on chip making tools from ASML. The order is one of the largest of its kind. Other major buyers from ASML include Samsung and TSMC, Taiwan Semiconductor. And as the trend goes, Karen, greetings, hello. As the trend goes, AI shapes computing capital spending is shifting, okay? And it's the most advanced tools and leading players that are wanting to lock up supplies for years in advance. So the leading suppliers are getting their supplies locked up by the leading buyers for years in advance, okay? And let's take a look here at ASML, bang, right here. ASML, right here, okay. Boom. Adjust this, and here we go. All right, and right here, let me adjust that. And looking down here at the RSI, one thing I can quickly, immediately see jumping out at me right here. RSI is sitting here at 48, 49, super neutral. Remember, we talked about an RSI between 45 and 55 in there. That's the consolidation phase, that's a neutral phase. But really, it's not just 45 to 55. It's generally between 40 and 60 thereabouts. You know, those numbers. So keep those in mind. And right here, so you see right here. If I zoom out on this, highlight this right here, right there. That's very neutral. And then right here. Okay. So, and then you'll see this up here in the price chart as well. Let me bring this down. You see how right there in the RSI, it's very consolidating. So the same thing right here, very consolidating right there. See, there's kind of an invisible ceiling, invisible floor, the resistance and the support. Yeah. Yeah. So having said that, let's go on. And again, like I said, this is ASML. As you can see here, it's way over 70 right there, and it stays way over 70 for a while before ever market correcting. It was, what was that, January 2nd all the way to February 2nd, almost for a month, basically before market correcting came down from being over 70 right there. So, having said that, right here, now why, you can see the pattern right here for this downward trend, right? Here we go, here's your head right here, here's your left shoulder, here's your right shoulder, and then here's your neckline, and that small downward trend right there, okay? And then basically right here, where is it? Okay, let me give, if you change the timing, you'll see different patterns show up, just like that. And then right here, yes, so for example, here's how it market corrects and keeps going up. Basically, right here, you'll see some of these right here, a reversed head, left shoulder, and right shoulder, and then also the same thing. You can see another one, reverse head, right here, reverse head, and left shoulder, right shoulder, and then there's your neckline. Again, so you can see how it market corrects and kind of stair steps its way up right there. If you're into those chart patterns, there's more of those, just ask me. Again, if you have questions about the chart patterns, indicators, or what companies I'm looking at, feel free to send me a message. Again, I can't go through everything on the live stream, but if you send me a message, I can get more specific. Okay, and then right here, you zoom in, zoom out, you'll see more when you do that. For example, if you zoom out, you don't see it very well, but here you can see this is the double bottom. You can see right there, it comes down, bang, bang, it hits twice at the same point right there, then it goes up. There's that, okay? And let's see. Okay, And also, let's see, a couple other chart patterns before we go to the earnings on this. This is ASML, again, the Dutch company. Again, if you zoom out, you don't see sometime, but zoom in, and then right here, you see, here's the double bottom. See the two bottoms that come down at the same point. Jerry, welcome to the channel. Right here, this is your, even on a double bottom, there's the neckline, and when it breaks that neckline, that's its breakout point right there. Bang, okay? And here, same thing. Yeah, well, that's enough of that. Let's go back to the beginning. Let's go into the earnings and some of the chart earnings and some of the revenues, and bring this down. And again, you can always see, for example, you have more trade volume right here because you have more price action right there. Not so much price action here, so you have less trade volume, more trade volume with the price action, less price action, less trade volume. Okay, and then let's see. Right now, ASML volume is at 1.9 million. Market cap is at 521 billion. And right here, okay, if we look at quarterly right here, again, if you're watching from home, looking at trading view right here, the blue part is actually what was recorded as earnings, and the gray part is just what was expected from Wall Street. So again, why do you care about earnings? Well, when the company has a good earnings report, it looks good for the strength on Wall Street or any of the investors, etc. But just because you have earnings doesn't always mean that you're going to have good profit, revenue, or income. So again, look at all the pieces of the puzzle. Here for ASML, for Q4 they missed expectations. Q3 they beat expectations. Q2 also beat it. More importantly, look at annual right here. So annually, 2025 beat expectations. 2024 beat expectations. 2023 also beat expectations. So to summarize, year over year for the last 3 years, ASML did beat the yearly expectations. So that looks strong. That looks good. Yes. And for all of you who are jumping in and wondering what you just landed into, this is the channel where we talk about everything U.S. markets, U.S. headlines. It's educational. We make it fun. So if you have questions or comments, feel free to ask. Or if you're wondering what I'm looking at or what what my portfolio looks like, feel free to ask. Statements right here, annually right here. For example, 2023. Let's show you this. So 2023 again. Good earnings. 2024, good earnings, beat the forecast. Same thing with 2025. But again, go back here to the revenue, profit, and income. As you'll see, 2024, their operating income, pre-tax income, and their net income was all negative. So, but they had great earnings. So, but they only had good total revenue and good gross profit. 2023, however, was a very good year for them. Everything was green. And 2025, everything was green also. So there's that. Again, you want to always look at all the different pieces of the pie, all the different things, and that's ASML. If you're curious what the forecast is, again, I'm not, but here it is if you want it. There's that. Now, all right, let's go right now to one of the ones I was going to show you also was Solar Edge. Why Solar Edge? Because Solar Edge just jumped up 13%. I want to show you that one. It's not a very famous one. It's not very much. It doesn't get a lot of attention, but it could possibly be interesting for you. Solar Edge Technologies. Yes. Let me show you this. Who is Solar Edge? In case you're curious about Solar Edge. Solar Edge is a global leader in smart energy technology, founded in 2006. Basically, they specialize in solar, both for commercial, residential, and also in for utility scale markets. Now, why? What makes them a little bit better? Well, let's see. Hold on one second. Yeah. What is solar energy's advantages right here? They provide Why might they be better than other companies? Charlotte Kirch, welcome, welcome. They provide high efficiently solar energy systems, higher efficiency, shade mitigation, module level monitoring, enhanced safety, flexible design. You know, they can be longer and differently oriented modules, even on uneven rooftops. So that's Solar Edge. I thought we'd look at them because they might be very, very interesting for you. Right now, let's see, as you can see, let me bring this down here a little bit. Right here. Yeah, as you can see, Solar Edge jumped up right here. But they already, as you can tell, they market corrected and came down. This is on, this was on Monday. They market corrected and came right back down. You see there. Just got to see. Yes. Hello, Charlotte. Thank you for the likes. Hope you're enjoying it. And if there's a ticker or something you want to ask about, feel free to let me know. And right here, okay, RSI is sitting here at 61, not really neutral, but still. And you can see from the price chart how it went up right there, actually 13%, and then it's kind of corrected. And then right here, let's go for some chart patterns here. Let's see this. And you can kind of see, one thing you'll see here, the trading volume is much higher. Right here, right here. You see these arrows, this is the trade volume parts, much higher when there's all this price action here, okay? Let's see, Zakia, hello, hello. Greetings and welcome to the channel. Everything US markets, US headlines. If you have a question about a company or a ticker, just let me know in the comments, or you can also send me a message. Zakia, yes, hello, hello. This is not a sales channel, don't worry. It's actually more educational. That's why I say if you have a question or a comment, just feel free to drop it. Let me know. Well, let's see. QBTS. Let me look at that one. Hold on. Let me. QBTS. Give me 1 second. Okay. Oh, D-Wave Quantum. Yes. Zakia. Okay. D-Wave Quantum. Okay. For those of you who may not know, D-Wave Quantum engages in the development and delivery of quantum computing systems, software, and services. Yes, computers and semiconductors are everything these days. It provides customers with access to the company's quantum computing systems via the cloud. All right. So right now, as you can see, let me point this out right here, Zakia. RSI is sitting here at about 35. So they actually just went down to an RSI of 30 and market corrected. And you can kind of see that. Let me pull up make the price chart zoomed in a little bit here. You can see that a little bit right here. Maybe you can't see it, but right here, it did go down and then it finally market corrected. So there's that. Let's see. And then, for example, welcome Terry, and right here, if you're looking for a couple chart patterns with QBTS, for example, you can see right before they dropped, this was on January 7th and January 15th, you'll see a double top. Here's your double top pattern emerge right there, double top, and then bang, comes down. Anyways, Zakia, if you have any other questions or comments, feel free to drop it. Either drop me a message or put it in the comments. Either one, that's fine. Hopefully that's helpful to you. And let's see. Since you asked, I can go through this a little bit more. Bring this down. Right here. Yeah. And as you can, as I always say, the relative strength index is just a guide. For example, because right here, let's see, greetings, Deja, Terry. Right now we're looking at D-Wave Quantum. Look at the RSI. You see how overbought it gets before it ever comes down. Again, that's why this is just a guide. And then over here, let's look right here at some of the earnings. And also with the D-Wave Quantum, you can see recently there hasn't been a lot of price action, so the trade volume is down. So right now the volume is at 20.8 million, market cap is at 6 billion. Jose Padilla, greetings and welcome. And let's go here to some of the earnings. Let's see, done. And anyway. So Zakia, hopefully that's helpful. If you have further questions, let me know. But here's here's your earnings side. Quarterly, it was a little bit negative. Yes, not the best earnings report that I've ever seen, but it is what it is. Let's look at the annual earnings. Zakia, no problem. Thank you as well. If you want more information about the charts or the indicators, feel free to send me a message if you want. There's the annual side, 2025, 2024. Basically, more negative than the market expected, so it's a very negative earnings report. If we go here to statements, statements right here. Yeah, the statements weren't that much better. 2023, everything was negative except for gross profit and total revenue. 2024, total revenue, gross profit, operating income were good, but pre-tax and net income were not. 2025, kind of similar. Good revenue, good gross profit, but operating income, pre-tax income, and net income were all negative. So again, that's the follow-up with D-Wave Quantum. If anybody else has a ticker, just drop it in the comments, let me know. Hopefully the information is helpful. Again, if you want more information, feel free to ask. Again, we were looking at solar energy. For example, here's solar energy. And let's go over here to solar energy. And right now you can see solar energy just jumped up and market corrected on Monday, but they just had a 13% surge on Friday, and you can see again with the price action you have more trade volume there. And for volume, 4.63 million, market cap is at 2.82 billion. And then right here, if you go here to earnings, quarterly earnings on solar energy, you can see 2025. I know it's hard to see right here, but it's there. 2025 Q4, Q3, and Q2. They are negative, but not as negative as the market expected, so therefore it's a positive earnings report. If you go here to annually, though, again, 2025 was less negative than was expected. 2024, more negative than was expected. And thank you, Zakia. Let's see, Miss Tika, greetings and welcome. 2023 actually had a very positive earnings, and it beat the market forecast. So let's see. So 2023, what is the ticker first? Zakia, solar SEDG, yeah. For example, this is an interesting one. They just jumped up 13% on Friday, and they reached a 52-week high. Also driven by political tensions and the need for energy, especially in Europe as well. And actually, the stock has risen over 80% year to date. So yeah, SEDG. Here again, if you want to go back to the chart, there's the chart right there. Yeah, there's that. And here we go. Boom. And then let's see. If you want some more information on this company, I can probably provide you with some. For example, just send me a message and I can let me know if there's anything specific you want about this company. Anyway, here's the statements. Again, 2023, you had a very positive earnings report. Right there, you see very positive, and it beat the market expectations. However, go over here to the revenue, the profit, the income. 2023 was terrible. All in the red. The revenue, the profit, the income was all terrible. So again, just because the earnings is good does not mean that the revenue or profit will be good. Here is 2024. Again, you see how 2024, it was even more negative than expected right there. So if we go here to this revenue, even 2025 was negative, but not as negative as the market expected. So it's a positive, but even 2025, look at this, 2025, even though it had a good, this one is strange because you would expected 2023 to be better, and you would expected 2025 maybe not to be as good. 2025 was good for revenue and profit and income. That's what I mean. Always look at everything. That's Solar Edge. Another one I was going to show you is Planet Labs. Why Planet Labs? Let's see, Planet Labs. Who is Planet Labs? Because this is also kind of an interesting one. If you look right here, Planet Labs is a San Francisco-based Earth observation company founded in 2010 by former NASA scientists. Operates the largest fleet of imaging satellites. They provide high-resolution data analytics for agriculture, defense, forestry, and mapping. So again, what do they want to do? They want to make global changes visible, accessible, and actionable. And their customers are government agencies, intelligence agencies, and commercial firms like agriculture and finance. Now, Planet Labs, again, that's them. Here is Planet Labs. I'm going to show you them because they just jumped up also. Planet Labs right here. And, oh wait, hold on, that's not the right one. Planet Lab. There it is. Now, I'll show you this. They just, yeah, here you go. Planet Labs, bang. They just jumped up. Wait, why did Planet Labs? Yeah, why did Planet Labs stock go up on Friday? Because Planet Labs shared over 25% on Friday, right there. Joe Lohman, greetings, and welcome. Jossie, welcome. Planet Labs shares soared over 25% on Friday after the company reported a strong. Let's see. Yeah, a Q4 for 2026, strong Q4 for 2026, exceeding revenue expectations with 86.8 million and provided good guidance for the fiscal 2026. Now let's look at them. Again, there's a price chart right there. Planet Labs, they just jumped up 25%, and you can see right here, lots of trade volume with this price movement right there. And right now, again, the RSI follows it right there. RSI right now is at 72. It jumped up just like the price chart did, just like the trading volume did. Now, again, if you're looking for another, here's your consolidation right here. You can see this. There's your consolidation, continuation, the invisible ceiling, invisible floor right there. Before it jumped up, it was pretty much, you see that consolidating. Again, you see the invisible floor, invisible ceiling, support, resistance, and then the catalyst was the earnings report, and bang, on the earnings report it jumps up. So it's interesting how that works. There's always going to be a catalyst. Also, when you're looking at the MACD indicator, you'll see how it looks when there's consolidation and continuation right there. Very, very neutral. It just kind of goes parallel with the signal line, okay? And then if you look right here, it's hard to see, but you have a, here's your head, here's your left shoulder, here's your right shoulder, there's your head and shoulders with kind of a diagonal neckline right there. And this one does, as you can kind of see, bang, drops down right there, boom. And right here, dun. Yeah, there's that. And as you can, if I change this up a little bit, you'll see, yeah, change the timing a little bit, you'll see more chart patterns open up. For example, right here, you see, here's your head right here, your shoulders right there. This is an easy one to see, head, left shoulder, right shoulder. And then, boom, here's your neckline. And then this drops down right there, it drops down from the neckline like it's supposed to. That's what a head and shoulders is supposed to. Also, you have the reverse head and shoulders. Again, it goes up. If you want more information on chart patterns or how to spot these, feel free to send me a message. I can send you more information. And let's see, dun. Yeah, there's that. Boom. Here we go. Yeah. And again, let me zoom out of this a little bit, change the timing. Dun. There we go. And then, yeah. So as you can see right here, when there is more price action, you have more trade volume right there. See the trade volume and price action, there it is. And then right now, volume for Planet Labs is at 29.1 million and market cap is at 11.4 billion. Monica Mocha, greetings, welcome. Everything US markets, US headlines. If you have a question about a ticker, let me know. We're looking at Planet Labs right now because it just jumped up on Friday. And right here, look at the earnings side of it. Earnings, quarterly earnings. We can look at that, but annual earnings is generally more important. Q4 beat the forecast because it was less negative. Let's see. Yeah, so the last 3 quarters beat the earnings expectations. Annually, the same thing. 2025 beat the earnings expectations. Same thing with 2024. Oh wait, no. 2024 actually missed the earnings expectations. 2023 beat the earnings expectations. So 2025 beat it, so in 2023, but 2024 missed it. Let's see how that affects in the statements. Go here to the revenues and the profits right here. Dun, dun, dun. And you'll see. This right here. Right here. Yeah. Okay, so right here, we're gonna be looking at the, for example, how did 2023, as you'll see the revenue, the profit, the operating income, and the net income was all good for 2023. And then right here, 2024, actually 2025, surprisingly enough, 2025 also had a positive earnings because it was less negative than it was supposed to be. Very positive earnings, but interestingly, 2024 was negative, and you'll see here 2024 had good revenue, good profit, and good income, even though it had a negative earnings report. So that's why I say always look at all the different pieces of the puzzle, because you never know. It's surprising how that works. But there's Planet Labs, yeah. Also, another one that I want to explain here is, let's take a look here at Alphabet. Why? Because Alphabet got a company called Wing, and Alphabet's Wing is going to start drone delivery in San Francisco Bay Area. And it plans to start home delivery in the coming months, and it's seeking to scale what it says is the solution. It's a solution to the hurdles facing the last mile delivery, okay? And for example, delivery of small household items, meals by using lightweight automated drones designed to fly directly to homes in dense residential areas. Alphabet's X is kind of like a moonshot factory. It represents a unit that takes experimental projects such as the self-driving firm like Waymo and spins it into an independent company. So Wing provides drone delivery for like Walmart for groceries and household essentials in under 30 minutes in some states. And with DoorDash, it offers rapid food delivery from restaurant chains like Wendy's, Panera. And the company has completed more than 750,000 deliveries to date and serves more than 2 million customers across the US. The company also started a pilot program with Serve Robotics in October 2024 and serves on ground robots. For example, the ground robots picked up the food from the restaurants and transferred it to the Wing drones for aerial delivery. Now, if any of you have ever had a robot just come and pick up food, or have had a Wing delivery by drone, let me know. I'm curious to hear about that. But that's Alphabet. Let's take a look at them. Here we go. Alphabet. Back to chart. So here we go. G right here. Okay, there's that. Change the timing on this. Okay, and okay. So here's Alphabet, and they also bought a power company to boost energy supply for its data centers, securing extra capacity to handle rising AI workloads and increase power demand. Okay. And so, for example, first thing I noticed about Alphabet is their RSI sitting here at about 38, 40 right there. And you'll see that the RSI is very, very neutral. Not neutral, but it's not moving much, just right there. You'll see the price chart is not moving much either. You see that right there, and you see that right there with the RSI right there. Okay, now having said that, Give you a couple of quick. Oh yeah, right here. There's a chart pattern. Here's the head and the shoulders. It made the chart pattern go down right there. Left shoulder, right shoulder, and the diagonal neckline right there. Yeah, there's that. Dun, dun, dun. And for example, that's alphabet. Now, if you enjoyed the stream, if there's anything that you had questions about, feel free to let me know. I'll be back later on. You can join me again. Everything U.S. markets, U.S. headlines. Again, we try to make it fun. If it is, let me know. And for all of you who ask questions or sent me a message or a like, looking forward to seeing you next time.